Stampers, it's Christy with Stampin' Texas. This is my third video in my watercolor series, and there's so many different ways to watercolor, and I wanted to give you some ideas to help you get started and just play with different watercoloring techniques. In the first video, I showed you all about blender pens and how to use blender pens, using them with ink or the watercolor pencils. Lots of fun, different ways to use blender pens. In the second video, I showed you all about the Aqua Painters and that there was water in the barrel and the way that those painted. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you may want to look at that and see how to use Aqua Painters. And today I'm going to do a little stamping and painting with just good old paintbrushes and a little water and some ink. And that's all you need to create some really pretty flowers and cards. Now these that I have done so far, these flowers I've been playing with, I was using the Aqua Painter, but I wanted to show you kind of a finished product, and I will be showing you in another video all the steps to put this card together. But today I'm focusing on the watering coloring technique with the ink pads and the paintbrushes. Alright, so first let's go ahead and stamp one more flower so I can kind of show you some different variations. And again, I'm using the Stays On ink. It's a permanent ink, and when you add water to it, it's not going to bleed. So you'll definitely need that. And especially since we're using water directly on the paper, you will need to have watercolor paper. It's much thicker and it's able to absorb that water and it not warp and bend on you. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to just start with a little Daffodil Delight. And you can do one of two things. I think I showed this in my other videos. You can squeeze to get some of the ink on the lid like I've got here. You can also just dip your edge of your brush right on the ink pad. But the first thing I like to do is get a little water and just kind of add a little water to the paper, then pick up a little of the color and just kind of let it go. You need a little more water. And it's almost like the more water you get, the more movement the color has, and it can just kind of run where it wants to, which I really like. And again, you just got to kind of play with it, see what you like, what you prefer. And there's really no right or wrong way. See how I'm just adding the water and the color is going to it. So it doesn't take a whole bunch. Make sure that's nice and wet. And then the next color I'm going to come back in with is a little Tangerine Tango. I guess I just really like these colors together, and I'm going to make some more of those cards, so let's just get a little of this, and you can even dab on the edge of the ink pad. I'll just kind of see what that orange is going to do on there. There we go. Now the water's really spreading that around. Sometimes that's all you need is just a few colors, and it's more like dabbing it around as I go. I like that. That's looking good. You can even hold the paper up and let it run. Now you probably will need to obviously let this dry for a while before you cut it out with the framelits. That's the really nice thing about this stamp set. Oh, and I didn't even tell you. This is the Secret Garden stamp set in the spring catalog, and it comes with matching framelits for the big shot, so it'll be cut out for you. But really, that's all there is to watercoloring. It's just a matter of grabbing some colors, playing with some of the colors, good old water and paintbrush, and you can go right to the ink pad and make it any way you want. The other two colors I did use on these blue flowers, I started with Marina Mist first, and I added some of the Pacific Point on it to get the blue, and then I went back in with a little bit of the yellow in the middle. But it's neat because every time you do it, it turns out just a little bit different. So there you have it. There's another watercoloring technique for you to try, and I hope you'll give it a try and let me know what technique you like the best. Thanks so much for watching, and for more card ideas and techniques, be sure to visit my website at stampintx.com. Thank you!